Hey guys, I'm going to do a review on some of my Reon fingerboard obstacles. I have a lot, as you can see. I don't know if this one's in frame. This one's a prototype. All of these are newish material, and there's some updates to some things that he sent me, like I have an old barrier. I'm going to start off with the angled prototype. Round. Your obstacles will not come banged up. That happened from shipping. They're packaged very nicely. They're all included in like some bubble wrap in a box and newspaper all around it also. At the most you'll get just like a tiny little bit of some slight chippage at the bottom, but that's just from the box being like thrown around and stuff. So yeah, so this is like my favorite obstacle that they have made. I love the curve. Whatever. It's really smooth. It's really wide, if you can see here. This curve is wider than this curve, so you really like you have a lot of room, and it feels a lot smoother than this, I guess. I don't really know how to describe that, but it's easy to do tricks on. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, they're great obstacles. This is a great one. I noticed one thing though. Okay, I know that's really hard to see. It's right in the middle, right here. I don't know what exactly it is, but when I grind over it, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of like catches a very tiny bit. It's not a huge deal. I mean, I can still grind really easily, but I've noticed going this way a few times, it's caught me a little bit, but I mean most of the time it's not a big deal. But I just wanted to say that. So yeah, this thing is awesome. A great surface to just get some nice flat grinds. It's a great height. This is a great height off the ground. It's about halfway of a G15 height. So yeah, that's great. It slides pretty well. I love the curve on this one. One thing that Joe improved on is the chipping of all of the obstacles. So these three and this bench are a slightly different material. I don't know if the concrete's a different company or he lacquered them or something, but it is slightly different. You can see a difference somewhat. But these break a good bit and create a bunch of little concrete dust particles everywhere. Not a huge deal, you just gotta wipe the surface. Next we have the pocket set. And now I'm getting into the newer obstacles that I just got. The ones that are with a little bit better material and have these really beefy non-sliders on them that work actually really well. You would think, looking at it from this angle, that they're a bit too big and you won't be able to ride up them. But you'd be wrong, surprisingly. Because even in the unboxing I did, I looked at it and I was like, ooh girl, that's pretty steep and pretty wide. But can very easily ride up it. This Jersey barrier has it. It's kind of being my like end desk quarterpipe at the moment, but I can very easily rat up the. So yeah, the knot sliders are great. They like the desk moves, not the obstacle. So the camera probably just shook, but that was the entire desk movement. Next, we'll go into the material now. So now we're going to take a look at my old pocket barrier. It's not like the angled one, since that one's painted, so you can't really see it as well. This is my old one. I put a few stickers on it. I had my own non-sliders on it. One thing you can see is that this one had some chippage, and it still does a little bit if you kind of put your finger on it. I noticed sometimes, like, if I had an obstacle over here and I was using this one, and then I was trying to do a trick and then my board flew and, like, hit it just right, it would just, like, break some of it off. Which isn't, like, a huge deal. Like, the chipping doesn't really cause that big of an issue. The new material is great. They're a little bit smoother. I mean, I didn't have another jersey barrier. But let me stay on focus. The pocket barriers are really cool. One thing I noticed is that they have some mold marks. If you can see this, there's a little dot right there and a little dot right there. And they're not a huge deal if you're going quickly, but if you're going a little slow and you don't have like some wax on it, because if you just use these enough, your truck will just kind of, I don't know, do something where it makes it so that it grinds easy. I don't know what to call that. But if you have a different fingerboard besides this one, this was a problem before I changed my trucks. But if you're, I'll use this as an example, go up there. If you're grinding and your kingpin, that's right, yeah, kingpin, is a bit long, it can hook in there and then slow you down. Which, I mean, it's not a big deal. If you're going fast enough, even with a large kingpin, it's not going to be a big deal. Also, if you have trucks that, you know, fly away. If you have trucks that go under, like the kingpin is under the truck, the hanger, whatever you want to call it, then it's not a big deal. It only really happened when I was doing like crookeds or feebles or whatever the hell those tricks are called. I'm not very good with my skate terminology. I just know that this looks cool. These are great. This costs $11, I'm pretty sure. Oh, one thing, sorry, it's just popped in my head. One thing that I really wish I could do was connect these. I think the way that he makes the angled ones is he just puts less concrete into the mold, and then we'll like tip one side. So this is flat, and this is angled actually. I don't know if you can really see this, but this part is angled. So I think that's how he makes it. I mean, that's not a huge deal. It's just, it would be cool if I could connect the two and there would be a seamless transition. But yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It'd just be a nice little thing I could do. You can add these on. You can fill in the box to some obstacles. You can do it for the bench. Pretty sure you can do it for the jersey barrier also. And what you do is you add them on, and it turns. So you get your main ramp for however much that is. So the thing that I did the first time was I bought the bench. Not a big deal. Bought a bench. It's this bench, the one that I'm giving away on my Instagram if I get to 75 followers. So I bought this bench, and then I added on the pocket set. So this bench was $11 by itself. The pocket set by itself cost something like that. And then when you fill in the box, you get the obstacle, the first obstacle, plus the pocket set for a cheaper cost. So I think I paid $17 for the bench and the 2 pocket sets, which is a great price for 3 obstacles. So when Joe watched my unboxing, he noticed a lot of me wiping the table and getting some of these like crumbs away. I only do that just to make sure that there's nothing to stop my wheels from rolling. It's not like it's a huge deal. I think that happened from shipping. But like, and sometimes that happens. I accidentally scrape the obstacle against the ground. But something like this, it's not going to inhibit me from riding the obstacle right there, or using it. See, it doesn't. The wheel is too big. Also, when I'm going up these, the board is the first thing that makes contact, or I don't, or I kind of lift up a little bit. So I mean they're not a huge deal. So yeah, this is a cool thing. I guess with the shipping there was a few little dings that happened, but those dings are not a big deal. One thing that I've noticed with a few of the obstacles is that there's some mold marks a little bit, like this. The bench has them. This one also came with the big beefy non-sliders. The bench has these mold marks, which are not a huge deal. I don't really like it a lot on the bench because when I'm using the bench, I like to. It's at a weird height, but it's cool to do some like wall rides onto it. If I hit it at the right angle, I'll hit this mold mark exactly on the truck, and it'll stop me from doing the wall ride. So I mean, that's not a big deal. Like sometimes that'll happen, but if I just kind of adjust my positioning, it'll ride up. But if I didn't have to worry about that, it won't be. It'd be a little bit cooler. Okay, you can get things painted. So this is a bench that I got after Joe tried out his new method of either different concrete or lacquering it. I'm still not really sure exactly what he did. So I got this one for free because he wanted me to test it. But this was the original bench that I bought, and he wanted to send me these non-sliders. One thing he also did, he made sure that everything was kind of flat to the ground. So as you can see with, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but you'll have to believe me then. This flat surface kind of lips up a little bit right here. So like when these things were first chipping, it really wasn't a big deal because it was just getting rid of this little bit, so it was just making it flat. So that's why I wasn't too upset by it chipping. So I mean, yeah. But he worked on that and getting all the obstacles a little bit flatter. So yeah. And these non-sliders are super tough. I'm hoping he does put these on his obstacles from now on because they're legit. So anyway, you can get some of your obstacles painted. I don't know if he's working to make other colors, but at the moment he has blue and red. This is the other angled barrier I have. Oh, it'd be cool if I could connect these two. But yeah, so you can get blue and red. I did that backwards. And they're really cool. The paint lets it so you can just like skate it right away. With the non-painted ones, you either need to put like a tiny little bit of wax on, or just like kind of run your truck over them a few times, just smoothing them out. But with the paint, you can just grind it right away. But all in all, I give these obstacles an A+. They're great. One thing that just popped in my head, the benches could be a little bit taller also. They're not, this part isn't that high. So I mean, they're kind of cool when you can just kind of like, I don't know, get a nice little grind. But what would be cool is if they had some legs on them or something, to get that little bit off the ground. Because, I mean, but I don't know, because this is pretty tall. But I noticed myself just using this part of the ramp more than this ledge. So for me, this is kind of just like a concrete rail ledge. So yeah, I don't really use this ledge that much. So I mean, that would be cool if they could build it up a little bit higher, just put more material. So yeah. If you go on my Instagram and you follow me and you like the photo that there's a picture of this on, and you comment, you can enter into winning this in a giveaway in the United States only. So yeah, go do that. So yeah, I love Reon. They're really great. They make really great obstacles. I really like just this Jersey barrier. Joe is a great guy, really easy to talk to, and he listens and always wants feedback. So if you have any opinions on anything, let him know, and he will try to help you out.